Hi everyone. Today we're gonna see the practice number 5 and we're gonna see a BCD encoder to 7 segment display. We're gonna start with the code of the Quartus Prime. We're using the same three libraries, the stdlogic 1164, the stdlogic ARITH, and the stdlogic unsigned. And the entity's name is BCD to 7 segments. And we have a lot of vectors, as you can see. We have the vector number letter A, I mean, and it's 3 down to 0. So there are 4, and the A led, and of course there are 3 down to 0, so that's a 4. We have the enable, and that's not a vector. We have the enable led, and that's not a vector, of course. And we have the segment anode, and it's 6 down to 0, so there are 7 because there are 7 segments. And that's everything for the entities. Now let's go with the architectural behavioral of the BCD. This is how the BCD to 7 segment entity is going to behave. So let's go with the signal, and it says segment STT logic vector. That's a vector, and that's 7, 6 down to 0. So that's the vector A and the enable. So and there are the cases where it's 0, 0, 0, 0, then the case where it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And in any case, this is what is going to happen. And that's everything for the process. Now let's go with the BHT, and this is auto-generated. We're just going to modify the part that says the code it's going to execute only once, and there are the cases where the enable is 0, and we have the cases where the enable is 1. So in the first case where the enable is 0, that's when the A vector are everything on 0. Then when it's a 1, then 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 15. Because in the 7 display segment is going to show only 9, and after that it doesn't matter what we introduce to the 7 display segment is not going to work anymore. And that's for the enable on 0, and it's the same thing with the enable on 1. It's the same cases, and in every case we're using 10 nanoseconds. And let's go with the FPGA now.
Hi everyone, today we're gonna see how a BCD encoder to 7 segment display works here with a FPGA. This is the practice number 5, and let's go with it. Now, the switch number, let me see what number is it. The switch number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, the switch number 5 is the enable, it's the input. And if it's down, the display is not going to light anymore. So let's put it up. Now, if we put the first switch on, it's going to be 1 on the display because that's 1 on BCD. If we put the second switch on, it's going to be a 2. If we pull up the first 2 switches, it's going to be a 3. If we pull up the third switch, it's going to be a 4. If we pull up the third switch and the first one, is going to be a 5. If we pull up the second switch and the third switch, is going to be a 6. If we pull up the first 3 switches, it's going to be a 7. If we pull up the switch number 4, is going to be an 8. And of course, if we pull up the switch number 1 and the switch number 4, is going to be a 9. And that's everything. If we pull up anything else other than that, it's going to light anything that's not a number. So the maximum number is a 9. And if we have the enable down, uh, the display is not going to work anymore. So no matter what input we put, it's not going to show the number on the display.